Formula One.
Near him, because down the inside now comes Carlos Sainz on Lewis Hamilton. Sainz just squeezes Hamilton, who goes over the rumble strip.
Cycling, boxing, basketball, and lots more. Listen to us live on Sport Rush, Mondays to Fridays, 12:30 p.m. to 1 p.m. on Al-IyamoyeTv Radio. For more inquiries, please call 0806 242 9799. Sport Rush, your everyday dose of sports.
Everyone, welcome to Sportville on Al-IyamoyeTv, and Radio Web gives you the updates on sports all over the world today, and I am Yazid Taoheed.
I'm sure Moshide SMB Sport. Good morning.
Good morning, I am Ibrahim Oni today.
Okay, starting with the news of the day, you have Conor Gallagher, which has been the pay on him has been rejected by Chelsea, which is £40 million with some others, where Chelsea has rejected that from West Ham on Conor Gallagher. But I don't want Conor Gallagher to leave Chelsea, as it's going to be very, very productive for Chelsea. Or where do you see Conor Gallagher in Chelsea? Starting with SMB.
You know what? It will be very, very shameful for Chelsea if they eventually saw Conor Gallagher, because let's check out the midfield of Chelsea. They only have Enzo Fernandez and Conor Gallagher as the senior player in the midfield. You only have the likes of Morera, Andre Santos, Shakane Chukwuemeka, and the likes. And Chelsea are yet to bring in a player. So I don't see a reason. Just can only say if they knew they will be able to bring in like 4 midfielders. Because now, aside from Conor Gallagher and Enzo Fernandez, Chelsea will need to bring in at least 3 midfielders. If they are going to sell Conor Gallagher, they should be able to bring in at least 4 or 5 midfielders. Yes. Because next season it will be very easy for all the teams in the English Premier League. I don't know, this is what Chelsea will be selling. They will not be bringing in players in. They've sold I think like 4 midfielders. Now they are there to bring in any midfielder. So it's a very, very shameful act from Chelsea if they eventually sell Conor Gallagher without bringing anybody in. They should bring in someone in first before they can sell Conor Gallagher. But I still think if Pochettino can give Conor Gallagher a chance, he'll still be able to play very well for Chelsea next season.
Okay,
Thank you very much, Assembly. Thank you very much, Yazid. I really want to understand something like this, because looking at Conor Gallagher, when he came to Chelsea, he has been loaned to so many teams.
Crystal Palace last time.
He went to Swansea. He went to a lot of teams like that. He has enough experience in the English Premier League. Look at this last 2 matches, the preseason matches Chelsea played. Look at the way he played. Look at his ability on the field. When he was there, he played 90 minutes against Brighton and Hove Albion, which he was very useful in the team. You know, the way he plays, in the absence of Maciej Kovacic, in the absence of N'Golo Kante, in the absence of Ruben Loftus-Cheek, all the midfielders have left Chelsea. No, Chelsea only has Conor Gallagher
and Enzo
Fernandez, which has said. So I don't see Chelsea selling Conor Gallagher because you've sold a lot of players, which you have the money back into your account, which I believe you should be able to spend and bring on some other players. Even if you want to sell Conor Gallagher, I don't think Chelsea should just sell Conor Gallagher just like that. They should, even if they bring in new players, those players that are bringing in want to adapt to the team.
Yeah.
Not like Conor Gallagher that has been there for years. That has been productive to the English Premier League, has been supportive to the team. So leaving Conor Gallagher is not a good idea for me. And for Chelsea, to my own side of view, leaving Conor Gallagher at Chelsea team will also help the team. Because he's kind of a player that, look at Jordan Henderson at Liverpool. You see him here and there, going up and down, running from 1 minute till 90 minutes, no resting. So a player like that, you should know his value on the field. So I think Chelsea should just sit down and look into this before going and say they want to sell this kind of player.
Okay, and also a deal came up between Brighton and Chelsea saying they want to leave Vic Cowell and some cash on him and they bring in Moises Caicedo, which Chelsea are not even ready to release Levi Colwill to Brighton. What else do Brighton want for this Moises Caicedo's deal?
Chelsea are still the problem of themselves. I think they are the one that is making this deal so much difficult for themselves, because when the transfer window opened, Brighton said they want £80 million on this guy, and we know the worth of this guy. You should have.
No, it's not even up to 80. Before when it started,
in January, Arsenal brought in 70.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, they were able to sell to Arsenal, and this guy signed a new contract.
Right.
It was that new contract that prevented this guy from leaving. You know, when you buy a player has no release clause, this is where the problem lies. If he doesn't have a release clause, it will be very good for a team to say this is the accent price they want for you.
Yeah.
Now, Chelsea should have sealed the deal, even though before Arsenal sealed the Declan Rice deal. Now, Brighton 100. I will not advise Chelsea to put in Levi Colwill for a deal for Moises Caicedo. It's never done. Levi Colwill is a very good prospect for Chelsea. Look at the way the guy played against Brighton and Albion on Sunday. He played very well. So it's not very difficult for Chelsea to leave Levi Colwill and go and collect Moises Caicedo. Look at Chelsea defense. How many players do they have in defense now? But actually, who is injured? Thiago Silva, Wesley Fofana, and Osprey. And he's still a small guy. So you can't expect Chelsea to go into a season with just only two recognized defender, and you expect Chelsea to go and spend that money to buy a defender. A defender that a good defender will cost Chelsea more than 70. And you have a guy that in the next 2 seasons, people will start bringing like 70, 80 million pounds for this guy. And I don't advise Chelsea to leave Levi Colwill for Moises Caicedo. It's rather good for them to go and give Brighton what they want on this guy, £100 million, and they seal the deal.
but I think Chelsea will not sell Levi Colwill because the news that have been coming out, which I see, but which Pochettino himself has been saying, Colwill is a he is a very great player. It will be a great one for Chelsea to be a greater player later. When do you now see, looking at Chelsea then, looking at John Terry, looking at the likes of Gary Cahill was even at Chelsea, presently was at Chelsea, playing with those players, advising them, giving them.
You have Cahill there. Cahill is also there. Terry has come back to Chelsea.
So they were like, we need to build up this team. We need to come together. So Colwill is a very young player. He played well at Brighton, which everybody see his performance. That was why Brighton is so coming for him. If he wasn't what they expect, if he has not done that, they would have come back for him. They were like, okay, if you want to go, you can go. Well, coming for him, which Brighton has been saying, we want to have you. You should know there's something behind it. So going for Moises Caicedo, it's quite a two different thing. Don't just use Colwill to get Moises Caicedo.
They only want to get Chelsea frustrated.
That's just it. If Chelsea wants to get Moises Caicedo, if you know you need Moises Caicedo, go for it. If you are not buying Moises Caicedo, then go for the other midfielder. We have a Lavia there. We have a lot of players midfielder. If you see if Moises Caicedo is giving you the difficult, if it is Lavia, I believe Chelsea will have signed the player now. Because Brighton was not giving Chelsea not even lead to a high problem because of Levi Colwill. Like, give us Colwill, so we should transact on Moises Caicedo, which I think Chelsea will not be able to do that for this coming season.
Okay, on Kylian Mbappe, which Al-Hilal wanted to break the world record of the transfer on £259 million on Kylian Mbappe. Someone even said if PSG were able to be given the £259 million. What a huge money on the PSG side, in which PSG does bought a lot of players, which I don't think do you think PSG still need another player this season, except for the striking option?
Actually, PSG really need a lot of players. Let's be sincere with ourselves. Aside from bringing in Manuel Ugarte, bringing in the likes of Marco Asensio, Skriniar, and this Kimele. Bringing in these 4 players. If you look at the striking option for PSG, they only have Ugo Ekitike as a striking option, and which a team that want to go to Champions League, want to get the final of Champions League, cannot rely on Ugo Ekitike. They need a striker. Don't forget, they also need a creative midfielder in their team. You can't call Verratti a creative midfielder. They need a good creative midfielder that can drive the ball, they can get the final pass to the attackers to score. Neymar will only play from the right hand side.
Neymar can play from the midfield as well.
Don't let us forget, Neymar is a winger.
I know.
He only has the option to play in the central midfield position. So, and you can't deprive a player that is very skillful, because Neymar is not the kind of player that will put in the midfield and you expect him to be able to have a defensive effort to do for the team.
I'm not talking. It can't play as a defensive midfielder.
I'm not saying
it can only play as an attacker.
Even though when you have an attacking midfielder, let's look at Martin Odegaard for example. Martin Odegaard being an attacking midfielder for Arsenal, they still do some defensive work for Arsenal. So let's look at Mason Mount for example. They still do some defensive work for their respective team. Neymar will never do that for you. Neymar will prefer to attack and do some flair, Brazilian flair that we know them to do. So PSG need a creative midfielder as well. They still need a central defender as well. They only have they have Skriniar, they have Marquinhos, and they have Kimpembe. They still need a left back as well. Don't forget they've sold. They've gotten Hernandez. Hernandez. They've gotten Hernandez from Bayern Munich. They still have to have a squad bet. Don't forget the likes of the Paradise, the likes of Ghana and the likes. They've said they are not the coach plan next season. So PSD for the new coach Luis Enrique to perform very well, they need to bring in new players for this guy. And I would say PSG fans should expect good performance from Neymar da Silva Jr. this season, because this is the coach that coached Neymar da Silva Jr. at Barcelona. Don't forget.
What if Neymar also leave?
Neymar cannot leave PSG.
Why?
Because now there is a lot of rumors, a lot of issues on Kylian Mbappe. Now you can't expect PSG to lose Messi, Neymar, Mbappe in the same season. You can't expect. And which team do you think can spend a huge amount of money on Neymar da Silva Jr. this season? With the kind of injury we know Neymar for. And PSG will want to sell Neymar at least 120, 150. Who will spend? Who will take that amount?
If Neymar wants to leave Paris Saint-Germain, it won't be on.
You think PSG will not want to recoup the kind of amount they pay for Barcelona 2019?
Yes, true.
His deal is almost going to an end also.
What of Kylian Mbappe? Kylian Mbappe only have a year deal, and
it's because of what transpired between Kylian Mbappe and Paris Saint-Germain. That was what happened.
Tell me the team that can pay at least £100 million for Neymar.
As at now?
Now.
Saudi probably.
You said Saudi. Although if a team can spend £100 million on Neymar, they will actually see that amount of money. In the first day of presenting Neymar to the crowd, they will see marketing wise, commercial wise, it's very good for any team to bring in either Neymar, either Mbappe, or Messi or Ronaldo, because commercial wise, marketing wise, that money they will see times 10 of the money, but on the field of play, will they get what they want?
Okay, yeah, let's take a short break from here. When we get back from the break, I will continue on Kylian Mbappe's next decision in PSG. Do stay with us. Thank you.
Thousands are appointed severally in the business market business. It is a rocket case. At Taoheed Travels and Tours, process and secure. Do you want permanent residential and tourism visa, student visa to America, Asia, Africa? It's no big deal to us on tour. Our years of experience and expertise, let's process and secure visa for you to UK, USA, and Canada within our services. To our Muslim faithfuls, what are you waiting for? Consult us. Abiola 802-733 or 088-40 wasting mind. Talk to Taoheed Travel. gbogbo alá fẹ́ tún gbayì tó fẹ́ wọṣọ yìí ṣoge tó bágbà mu ló ń kọjá lọ sí Ghana. House of Zayana, the name I know of top-notch fashion, quality materials and class. House Zayana, lẹ́tí máa rójúlówó Turkey wears, Egypt and Malaysia clothing, Dubai, àwọn designer bags, oríṣiríṣi àwọn ìtẹ̀lẹ̀ bàtà tó jiná tí wọ́n fawọ́ original ṣe, àwọn aago káàdì ọjọ́, designer sunglasses, perfume pẹ̀lú àwọn gbogbo nǹkan tó lásìkò fi ń gbafẹ́ lò gbà. Mo débẹ̀ ká mi èmi mú gbogbo ẹ̀yin mùsùlùmí ẹlẹ́sìn tẹ́ gbòógè gbọ́n pa tẹ wá nílò jàlábíà hijab àti àbáyà lóríṣiríṣi. House of Zayana lẹ́ò ti rí gbogbo ẹ̀ rà. House Church Agape Ṣògo Abẹ́òkúta lórí Instagram 081658618. House of Zayana ilé ìtajà tá a ti ń tojúlówó aṣọ àti nǹkan aṣaralóge tí ń gbéni níyì.
Welcome back to Sportville on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Back on Kylian Mbappe's decision at PSG. Because Al-Hilal as well made a bid of £259 million on Kylian Mbappe, which PSG have agreed to Al-Hilal. It now remains the player which is involved, that is Kylian Mbappe, to agree on the deal between PSG and Al-Hilal. And Kylian Mbappe made a statement this morning saying, I prefer to stay on bench at PSG rather than go to the Saudi League. What is going on between Mbappe? What has entered Mbappe to be disrespecting everyone and wants to follow his own decision?
You know, I spent the time from what said that PSG, the France, what is happening to Kylian Mbappe now? They caused it all. Those managers there, even the management as well, they caused it all because Mbappe has been given
his power,
enough power, which he can, because he's very young. So giving him this kind of a power, you can use it on anybody. Now he's affecting Paris Saint-Germain. Looking at France national team as well, he's given the captain armband. At what age? He's still young. You have a lot of players that are there before him. Why can't you just we'll give it to them so that he can give respect to them? But now he can't give respect to them anymore.
Nobody.
To anyone. So if you say something, he wants to come back to you and tell you, I'm the captain of the team, I can do this, I can do that. He knows how to play. He's a very good player. He plays well because he's young. But giving him all these things, he's giving him a lot of ego. Look at Paris Saint-Germain. He has been given a lot of chances, a lot of power, which is now affecting Paris Saint-Germain. Look at it now. If not because of that, all this won't be happening. Now to Saudi Pro, he said he prefer to be on the bench. They are going to Saudi Pro with that huge of money. And PSG has accepted the pay.
Yeah.
They've accepted that. Now it's left to Saudi to talk to Kylian Mbappe for him to come to Saudi. But he said he don't want to go there. And PSG want to have the money. I mean, it wasn't all this that's happening between them. He would have, in fact, even before today, I believe that is that Saudi has brought the money. Kylian Mbappe would have been unveiled yesterday.
My take on this is if Kylian Mbappe eventually accepted this day, let's say bye to Kylian Mbappe career. Because for Kylian Mbappe to accept Saudi offer, he will play in 2 years for Saudi Arabia, Saudi League. How old is Kylian Mbappe now? 24 years old. 2 years plus 24, 26 years. Let's look at the players that Kylian Mbappe is not dragging the world best with.
I should forget about the world best.
Eddie Haaland.
You should forget about it.
Vinicius Junior, the left Rodrigo, and other players are now.
FIFA did not recognize the Saudi Pro League.
No, other players are now coming up. Before Kylian Mbappe comes back from Saudi Pro League and say he wants to come back to Europe, all these players will have come ahead of Kylian Mbappe. And don't forget, you can't compare the rate at which Saudi Pro League, the intensity of Saudi Pro League, you can't compare it to Europe. You can never compare, even though I can still rate MLS ahead of Saudi Pro League.
Of course.
Because MLS is still in
The USA is the way.
Europe.
Yes.
You can't compare the players that are in Saudi Arabia compared to you, although they are bringing in players. But Kylian Mbappe, as younger than he is, I don't expect him to go to Saudi. But now, the issue now is who has more right between Mbappe and PSG? PSG has more right. They has 80% right because they own the player.
They bought you.
So they have the right to say we want to sell you, and we say, because this amount of money is very very huge for PSG to reject.
Of course.
59 million pounds.
As in, that will be the highest.
Yes,
And I don't think such a deal will never
Will
happen.
never happen again in
World
the world of football. I don't think so.
So for Saudi to bring in such amount of money, and PSG are seeing more than the amount of money they used to purchase Kylian Mbappe. I think PSG will have the problem, but Mbappe now is saying he wishes to stay on the bench rather than go to Saudi Arabia. And I say at the end of the day, they will eventually strike the deal. Mbappe will go to PSG. To me, Mbappe will still go to PSG, to go to Saudi Pro League to continue, because if to say na me say, if Mbappe na my junior brother, because na my junior brother, I don't say na my senior brother, I don't say na money we get. I will say, please, let's go Saudi. Money is that money is very huge, and let's say Kylian Mbappe, I think his mother is his agent. They will sit and evaluate it very well. Yeah, forget about what best do. Forget about Champions League. Which Champions League help? Let's go collect money. So I see Mbappe going to Saudi, and I think there is a deal between Saudi and Real Madrid that after like a year or 2 years, we will release Mbappe for you on free transfer. Marketing wise, they want to use Mbappe for something in Saudi.
Okay, let's take a look at the England teams that are qualified to the Champions League. We have Manchester City, we have Arsenal, we have Newcastle and Manchester United. We have qualified for the Champions League next season. Where do you see England teams ending up next season, starting from Ibrahim?
What?
I'm fighting at it.
I see Manchester City moving.
One.
Manchester City even moving to the semi-final.
Okay, one.
I see Manchester United will try move to the round of 16.
Two.
Arsenal will also move to the round of 16.
Okay.
Newcastle is leaving the group from the group stage.
Okay. Are they now going down to the Europa League or fourth position there?
Yes, they are moving to Europa League because they will try to move to the Europa League. It depends. Let's wait. This question you're asking now, I don't think you should be able to ask it because let's wait till the features comes out. Then we'll know the table. If Newcastle was paired with Real Madrid, was paired with Bayern Munich, was paired with Paris Saint-Germain, do you think they will even not move to the Europa? They will not come to England.
You don't estimate them. What of the life
I
of
will
Ajax?
estimate because don't say like
Ajax.
what is Ajax? Ajax has been playing in Europe for when they have been coming to. They have not been moving to the final or semi-final, but they have been coming constantly, not just only the first.
They don't go to Champions League semi-final now. When they Madrid defeated.
So none of them have not been coming. It's not that that's what the first time they will be coming. So they have been coming.
I will say Man City will go to semi-final. I will say Man U will go to quarter-final.
Okay, I'm with you.
I will say Arsenal. Arsenal. This one are fighting.
They've gotten rice now.
Even though Nigeria yesterday someone was beating the Arsenal. But let's give them. They got out of the group stage. And to be sincere, gotten out of they move proceed to like quarter final as well. But my issue is with Newcastle because Newcastle came fourth in the EPL last season, and they will be paired against the big giants.
That's what I'm saying.
Europe. With the likes of PSG, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Real Madrid as well.
Okay.
So I always say Newcastle, they want to go there, grab huge experience, and eventually going to the
to make an appearance.
Eventually going to the Europa League. I take them going to the Europa League from the Champions League. I think it's high time for UEFA to cancel a team coming third in Champions League go to the Europa League. That is cheating. Look at Sevilla. Look at what Sevilla did. I think one Arsenal fan is coming inside and saying Man U, Arsenal will beat Man U.
Okay, let's quickly take Chelsea. Will they end up with the trophy in next season?
Chelsea will only end up in top four, but they're not having the trophy.
Okay,
Chelsea will end up with the trophy.
No, I'm not saying the English Premier League, but they may have maybe
like will they end up throughout the next
of course,
I
they may have the
take
Carabao or FA.
I take them as
but,
possible.
but the league, they will earn the top 4.
Don't forget 2016 when Chelsea are out of the World Champions League. They went out of the Premier League. So I still tell Chelsea to go genuinely any cup.
Okay, we've come to the end of Sport Vibe today on Al-IyamoyeTv and Radio. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on our Facebook page Al-IyamoyeTV Radio, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification bell for more and more programs like this. I remain Yazid Taoheed.
I'm sure Wale Mosho SMD Sports.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining Al-IyamoyeTV and Radio. And I am Ibrahim Onebide.
Goodbye.